All right, everybody. This is No Need for Love Songs, and I'm talking to you about the Crazy still. All right, so um, uh, these are short videos, so I'm hoping that you can take it into your reality and evaluate yourself the way you need to. One of the other things is the Crazies are control freaks. Okay, the Crazies are control freaks. They have such a small world that anything that they don't understand, they get threatened by or see it as bad or wrong. They distance themselves from it. They really don't trust anything other than their own thoughts, which are usually not good because the crazies usually come from such a messed up life and the way they think is so messed up, but that's the only thing they trust. They go into survival mode. Now, you can't build a happy relationship with someone who's always in survival mode. Survival mode is for surviving. That's what it is. But when you have the opportunity to build a stable life and they're in survival mode, they become kind of an anchor or a burden. The crazies are always expecting things to go wrong, always expecting, they're very negative people. And they have a hard time being able to see anything genuine, authentic. Um, the crazies often, because they often live in the past. That's one thing that's very difficult about the crazies is that they live in the past and they're always in that negative moment. This is why, again, you want to make sure that you're dating someone and all they do is talk about how bad the past was and how bad this was and this situation happened and that situation happened, they're depressed. And the chance of you building a successful relationship with a person that's depressed is slim to none because they're emotionally unstable, they're depressed. And I'm not saying if you're depressed, listen, if you're depressed, you probably shouldn't be in a relationship. You need to deal with that depression before you get in a relationship. I mean, you're going to bring somebody down. It's kind of a drag, you know. Now, one of the things that the crazies do. Now, let me show you something too. I want to tell this to you as well. The crazies, it's not like it's a financial level thing. It's really about the understanding of love more than anything. Um, Someone who is crazy, you know, you'll be able to know not by the way they look, not by but the way they handle things. That's how you know if they're crazy or not. Uh, if someone is, say for perfect example, for me, I am an adventurous person. Okay, so and me being adventurous and me being romantic, I will do things like, say, if you live in Florida, you know what I mean? I will surprise you. If me and you were dating, and I will, hop on a plane and go to Florida or go to wherever you are to surprise you, and and do something like that. That's because I'm a romantic and adventurous, and I'm that type of person. I love my life. I have a great life, and so I enjoy doing wild things, and it's not reckless. I'm not talking about being reckless here. I'm talking about being genuine and being a genuine person whose world revolves around family and love and things like that. And people need to have someone that values them. A crazy person, on the other hand, will do something like they're stalking you. That would be like saying someone showed up to your job, or you talk to your boss, and they're like, "Why are you talking to your boss?" So if you're talking to another friend, why are you talking to them? Who are they? And they're very insecure. Crazy. Oh, yeah, that's a huge word. Crazy people are usually so insecure and they need you to constantly give them this attention because they're so insecure and they're so broken and they don't know it, and they want to they don't want they want you to cut off all your friends. They don't want you to talk to anybody but them. They don't want you to do anything else but be with them, and they don't want to go anywhere. They don't want you to go anywhere, and if you talk to someone else of the opposite sex, they're freaking out, and that's because they're insecure and they're broken. And you have to be careful because again, crazy people work very hard to look normal. This is why it's so important for you in the dating process to take the time to get to see how a person handles things. Now, there is a reality of, you know, say for example, I have a lot of time on my hands, okay, and I have to be careful with this because this is very serious. I have a lot of time on my hands, so I like to communicate all day. You guys see my Facebook posts, you know I'm always on Facebook, you know I'm always posting stuff on Facebook, and what happens is this: when I'm with someone, I like them to know that I'm thinking about them. I like them to know that I care about them. So I'll send messages all day, you know, not all, well, yeah. And sometimes I tend to text how I talk. You know what I mean? So I'll text how I talk. And so imagine your phone just constantly blowing up. Boom, 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 boom. Well, that can become annoying. All right? So I have to be very careful and understand that not everyone has the time that I have. So I have to be very careful of that. Crazy people, on the other hand, they are, you know, it's an obsession. They're obsessed. They're, crazy people will, because you didn't answer them right away, they show up to your job, or they're sending threatening messages, or, they're dogging you out. You're this, you're that, you're this, and trying to discourage you, or become negative or scary, and all of this stuff. Their emotions take over them, and they become very mean people. And you can see the emotional instability. And if you dated someone who is emotionally unstable, who is abusive, who is needy, who is insecure, what ends up happening, and it's very sad, but that becomes something that you look out for, which is good. But at the same time, if you're not careful, if you don't take the time, someone who actually is loving can be doing the same thing, but not in the same way. They can say, hey, just thinking about you. Hey, you're beautiful. Hey, I love you. And they're sending these messages, but you interpret like, oh my God, they're texting me. They're texting me again. They're telling me they love me. All day they're telling me they love me. And why do they do that? Well, that's because they value you. And you have to make sure that, again, this is why you have to be careful who you date, because if you're not careful, you will assume that the right person doing the right thing is exactly like the wrong person that did the right thing for a while. The key is to understand the right thing is the right thing. Someone showing you love, someone showing you that they care, someone showing you attention, that's not bad. That's actually cool. That's actually someone giving you attention, being there for you. You don't want to be scared of the right things just because the wrong person did it.